everybody. Here I am in Origins, and I am with Sara from Renegade Games. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Tim?
I'm doing pretty phenomenal. Now, you guys have been growing substantially. I am just absolutely shocked and amazed. You guys got quite a few games here.
Yeah, we had 3 new releases here at the show, plus a ton of great games that had just come out.
Yeah, you know, you guys had Clank, which was obviously your big hitter. You know, that one really, I feel like, for me personally, put Renegade Games on the map for me. Because then I recognized, I was like, hey, these guys are a pretty good publisher here, okay? And then, of course, we have other little card games. You guys have, like, Blood of the Englishman.
Love that game.
Tile Lane Games, Honshu, is that correct?
Yeah.
We have Lotus, which is kind of a light family style card game. Fuse, which is a frantic dice rolling game.
Yeah.
And of course with Lanterns. So you guys have quite a few titles out there.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff that people just really love. We've been really lucky. We have a ton of really passionate fans, and so we love you guys.
Would you like to focus on any of those older titles and talk a little bit more in detail about them before we go into the new stuff?
Yeah, well, obviously Lanterns was one of our biggest hits right off the bat, and that's just been a great game. It's very simple to get into and very gorgeous. And after that, we just really kept rolling with some games like you mentioned, Lotus, which is a gorgeous card game where you are actually creating these beautiful flowers, but there's a little bit of feistiness to it as well. If you haven't tried that game, I highly recommend it. It's a great card laying game where you create a gorgeous garden. And then you sound very excited about Blood of an Englishman, we were talking a little bit ago, and that's one of my personal favorites. It's by Dan Cassar, the designer of Arboretum, one of my favorite games.
Arboretum is like the small game, but pow, wow, what a big game.
And Blood of an Englishman does that very well as well. And I love it because it's a perfect information game, but you have this asymmetrical thing where one player is Jack and one player is the Giant, and you have completely different actions you can take, completely different goals for the game, and you're just trying to win against your opponent. So it's a heads-up tug-of-war. Fantastic title.
So you guys have covered quite a few areas. Now, you guys released, I believe, Flatline just recently, correct? So that's not technically a Gen or Origins release.
It's not. It came out about 2 weeks ago, but people are just really excited about it. It's in the Fuse universe, and
so that's timer and all that?
Yeah, instead of having exactly 10 minutes for the whole game like you did with Fuse, in this one it's a series of 1-minute rounds with planning and strategy in between. So it does give you a little bit of breathing room, but you get that 1-minute intense experience as well.
So if people aren't familiar, Fuse is about defusing bombs, whereas Flatline is about?
It's in the same universe, so you're on the same ship where you were defusing bombs before, but there have been some casualties, some people got hurt. So in Flatline, you're working in the medical bay to try and do some triage and help those people out. And it's still a co-op, you're working together to try and save all of those patients, but there's still all this other stuff going on the ship. You've got explosions, you've got other emergencies, so you're trying to manage your resources to take care of those emergencies and your patients at the same time.
All right, let's talk a little bit about what you guys released here at Origins. We have 3 total titles. I tell you what, why don't you just walk us through them if you don't mind?
Yeah, so Flatline did release earlier, but Flip Ships is the first time we've seen it is here at Origins, and it's a dexterity co-op game by the designer of Flatline. So Kane Klenko does tons of great stuff for us, and this game is all about trying to save the world. Another cooperative game, you are flipping ship tokens onto the board where these enemy invaders are coming down towards you, one space at a time, sometimes multiple spaces. So these ship cards, if you don't destroy them by flipping your token onto them, they're going to come and deal damage to your base. As you take more damage though, reinforcements come in, you get more ship tokens to be able to flip, and so you have a better chance of being able to hit things by the end. It's got a great balancing mechanism there. And by the end of the game, you've got to destroy the mother ship because she's the one spewing out all of these enemy invaders.
Of course.
Yeah, lots of suspense. I love that in Kane's games he has this element of tension, either from the timer app or from the dexterity element. And either way, you're going to be on the edge of your seat.
Excellent. What's the next one we got here?
Another huge release that we have at this Origins is Sentient. It's by J. Alex Cavern, the same designer as World's Fair, and another game that we'll be talking about later. And in Sentient, you are programming bots in your factory. If you can efficiently manipulate your dice and deal with the area control and set collection aspects, you'll definitely come out on top and be the best evil corporation possible. But it's going to be tricky.
Did you say evil corporation?
Evil corporations, of course.
Who
Yeah.
doesn't want to be evil?
Who doesn't want to do that?
Then we got one more that you guys released here.
Yeah, this one is just a fantastic two-player trick-taking game, and I know a lot of people turn their head when they hear that. How can you have a trick-taking game with only 2 players? But it's because of the way the scoring works and all of the cards having special powers. It works out as an elegant, beautiful card game, and the artwork is just unbelievable on it. So that's coming out July 19th, and we really hope you check it out at your friendly local game store.
What can we expect from Gen Con, Sarah?
Gen Con, we have a few really big releases we're excited about. The first one is Atlas Enchanted Lands. It is also by J. Alex Cavern, who did Sentient, and in that game you have a grid of cards. You're placing a card into that grid each turn, and you are trying to figure out which sets are going to occur first, and there's a betting mechanism to determine how those sets are going to play out. More information on that will be coming out as we get closer to the release. The next one we have coming is going to be Ex Libris. This game by Adam P. McIver is a worker placement game where you are trying to create the best library.
Is this going to be a bigger box game, or?
This is our big box release for Gen Con, and it's just phenomenal. We got all the meeples in this week as our proof copies, and they're amazing. You can play as many different types of characters. For example, you can be a ghost who's in charge of a library. You can play as a gelatinous cube that's even got a little green translucent cube in it with bubbles in there. That's your player character. You can also be bookworm with a little worm token. There's a ton of different choices, but they're all really cute, and each one of those different characters is going to have a special player power. So it's got a ton going on. The worker placement is really unique, and I think people are going to love the puzzly aspect of building your library.
Excellent. We got one more, right? Or is that it?
Yes, we have one more really important release for us this year. It's Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Card Game, and it is based off of course, the Scott Pilgrim graphic novels, and they're by Brian Lee O'Malley, and we used all the artwork from Brian, so it's incredible. You get to play as one of the characters from the property, and so whoever you really loved, you can play as Knives Chow, you can play as Wallace, or Scott himself, and they're all going to play very differently depending on which one you choose, and it's a deck building game, so you basically already know how to play.
Excellent, Sarah. Wow, you guys got your plates full.
We have a lot going on, but we have a really solid team, and we couldn't do it without our fans, so we really appreciate all your support.
Thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us, Sarah.
Yeah, if you want to find out more about us, you can always check us out online at renegadegames.com, or please say hi on social media at PlayRGS.
Thank you.
Thank you.